The morning sun came through the big windows of the Whitmore house. This was not just any house. It was huge and fancy. But inside this beautiful home, something was missing. Something important was about to change. Nathaniel Whitmore was a very rich man. He had worked very hard to make lots of money. He owned many companies and had meetings in tall buildings every day. Nathaniel always thought that being successful meant having lots of money and making good business deals. But one day, something happened that would change how he thought about everything. He came home early from work without telling anyone. When he walked into his house, he heard soft singing coming from upstairs. He went up quietly and saw something that surprised him very much. In the living room, he saw Clara Beaumont, the woman who helped take care of his house. She was sitting on the soft rug with his two daughters, Harper and Isla. The three of them were singing together. But this was not just any song. It was a happy song about being grateful for good things in life. Clara was teaching the girls how to be thankful for what they had. The girls were laughing and clapping their hands. Nathaniel had never seen his daughters look so happy and peaceful. If you like stories about families and love, please help us by sharing this story. When you share stories like this, it helps other people remember what is really important in life. Your help means a lot to us. Nathaniel had not always been rich. When he was young, he was very poor. His parents died when he was still a boy, and he had to take care of himself. It was very hard. He promised himself that if he ever had children, they would never be poor like he was. He worked day and night to make money. He wanted to give his children everything he never had. But while he was working so hard, he forgot something very important. He forgot how to spend time with his family. His twin daughters, Harper and Isla, lived in a beautiful house. They had expensive toys and nice clothes. They went to the best schools. But their mother had died when they were very small, and their father was always working. The girls had everything money could buy, but they did not have what they needed most. They needed love and attention from their father. Clara Beaumont started working for the Whitmore family 6 months ago. She was young, but she was very wise. She had lived through hard times, but she still had a kind heart. On her first day of work, she noticed that Harper and Isla were very quiet. They seemed sad, like birds that wanted to fly but could not. Clara decided she would try to help them be happier. Clara started doing small things with the girls. She taught them songs that her own grandmother had sung to her when she was little. She showed them how to take care of the flowers in the garden. She told them stories about her childhood. Most importantly, she taught them how to be grateful for good things in their lives. She never thought their father would notice or care about what she was doing. But now Nathaniel was standing there watching everything. As Nathaniel watched, he heard Harper talking about all the things she was thankful for. But Harper was not thankful for her toys or her pretty dresses. She was thankful for people who loved her and took care of her. Isla was also talking about things she was grateful for. She said she was thankful for her father and hoped he would be happy more often. And Clara was not asking for things for herself. She was asking that Harper and Isla would grow up to be good, strong, and brave people. When Nathaniel heard all of this, something changed inside his heart. For many years, he had built walls around his feelings to protect himself. But now those walls were starting to break down. For weeks, Nathaniel had been very worried about his work. He was trying to make a big business deal that could make him even richer. Other business people thought he was mean and cold. The people who worked for him thought he did not care about them. Even at home, he was like a ghost. He left for work before his daughters woke up, and he came home after they were already sleeping. He told himself this was okay because he was doing it all for them. But as he watched his daughters sitting with Clara, he realized something. His daughters had found the love and care he should have been giving them, and he almost missed seeing it completely. That night, Nathaniel sat in his office looking out at the city lights. He remembered how Harper had held Clara's hand with such trust. He remembered how Isla's voice was so gentle and full of love when she spoke. He realized that no amount of money could buy back the time he had lost with his daughters. For the first time in many years, Nathaniel asked himself a very important question. What kind of father did he want to be? Was it enough to just leave his daughters money when he died? Or did they deserve a father who would sit with them, hold their hands, and show them what love really looked like? After that day, things started to change slowly. At first, it was not easy for Nathaniel. He started coming home from work earlier. He joined Clara and the twins when they had their special time together in the evening. Sometimes he just sat and listened. His heart felt heavy because he was sad about all the time he had missed. But slowly, he started to feel better when he saw his daughters smile. Harper would laugh when Nathaniel tried to learn the songs but sang the wrong words. Isla would help him gently when he made mistakes. And Clara, who was always polite and kind, gave him space to learn without making him feel bad about not knowing what to do. Little by little, Nathaniel learned something very important that he had forgotten. Children do not remember how much money their parents made. They remember when their parents spent time with them. They remember when their parents hugged them and laughed with them. One Sunday afternoon, all four of them sat under a big old tree in their backyard. The twins brought their favorite books. Clara told them stories about when she was a little girl. And Nathaniel listened, really listened, as his daughters told him about their favorite parts of each day. Right then, he understood something very clearly. Having lots of money had made it hard for him to see what was really important. His greatest treasure was not in the bank or in his office. It was right there in front of him, two little girls with bright, happy eyes who still trusted him completely. And he knew he owed a big thank you to Clara, the woman who had helped him remember this truth. But this story is not just about Nathaniel learning to be a better father. Clara became very important to the family too. She was more than just someone who worked in their house. She became someone who brought happiness where there had been sadness. She filled quiet moments with laughter and empty spaces with gentle strength. Nathaniel respected Clara not just because she took good care of his daughters, but because she was brave enough to teach them important lessons that money could not teach. When Nathaniel looked at how humble and kind Clara was, he could see his own mistakes more clearly. Her faith and goodness became a bridge that helped him connect with the daughters he had almost lost because he was not paying attention to them. By the time winter came, the Whitmore house was completely different. Where once it had been quiet and cold, now it was warm and full of life. Harper and Isla laughed much more often. The sound of their little feet running through the halls was like beautiful music. Nathaniel found himself sitting by their beds at night, saying his own prayers of thanks. He did this not because he had to, but because he really felt grateful. And Clara, who was always quiet and always faithful, would smile and step back, happy to know that she had helped fix something that was broken. If this story made you feel good, please remember to share it with someone who might need to hear it. When you share stories about kindness and change, you help bring more hope to the world. Your support helps us tell more stories about what really matters in life.